So I think on par threes, it's especially appropriate that we always take a little bit more care and attention as to what's going on, because the amount of times I play with friends and amateurs, lessons, and we walk onto a hole that maybe they play regularly a par three and they say, the 13th at Warrington, 143 yards, that's my 7-iron. Well, have you factored in that the winds are cross? Have you factored in that it's 2 or 3 degrees colder, warmer? Have you factored in that actually you've not been feeling great for the last 12 holes and not striking it as well? And that is also going to affect your proximity to the hole, because if you're not taking those things into account, that's going to affect how the ball is flying. So the third and final thing that ShotScope have provided me some data with is how far we're actually hitting our clubs. And I'm going to use 7-iron as an example here, because when we look at what an average player would hit their 7-iron, I always get the answer of 150 or 170 if they're a little bit of a better player. And as we can see here from the stats, that might not be the case. Now, average handicap in the UK is around about 18 at the moment, and we can see that that stat for the 20 handicapper is actually under 150 yards. It begs the question, if we're wanting to hit more greens, but we don't know how far we truly hit the golf ball, are we actually going to do it? Now, what I'm suggesting here is that maybe you get a bench line, even just to start out with, maybe let's say your odd clubs, so your 5-iron, your 7-iron and your 9-iron, and you can fill the gaps from there. Because what would happen is that if you have an idea, let's say that you're a mid handicapper, you're a 15 handicapper, and you think that you're hitting your 7-iron 165 yards that we can see from the stats again a moment ago, 10 handicappers don't averagely hit it that far, you're going to be doing yourself a disservice. So you could hit some great shots down into the fairway. You could then stand looking at a hole and actually think, well, my 7-iron goes 165, but that was a shot that you once hit when it was downwind, a little bit warm, and it was the best shot you've ever hit. Fantastic that you've done that, but it's not a true representation of what you actually do, because when you're out here, you might get a few shots that you catch a little bit early and they don't quite go as far. You might hit them a little bit higher. You might not present the club how we want to. And actually your average is closer to 150.